Hello everyone, this is your teacher Cool from the YouTube channel which is named as Teacher Cool. I am your teacher for today for this lecture, and we are doing concepts and basics of physics for the school levels, with which you will be able to do the higher level or graduation level physics with ease. And these classes are for free for all the enthusiast students. So do like, share and subscribe my video and share it with as many as people you can, so that we can reach to every needy student. So let's start now. In today's video we will be doing these topics, and with these topics you will be able to draw all the ray diagrams of optics with like this. Now the first topic is total internal reflection, which was left from the refraction video, the last uploaded video, in which we covered all the laws related to refraction and dispersion and reflection laws and refraction rules. How do we draw the diagrams? This one particular topic was left in that video, so we'll be covering that topic today, and then we'll move on to lenses, types of lenses, how are lenses formed, and how do we draw the ray diagrams, find the position of the image, to find the nature of the image, and to find the magnification which a lens can produce, and also the power of lens. So let's start our today's video. First topic will be the total internal reflection. Total internal reflection. Now this topic is actually the application part of refraction. We did yesterday that whenever light is traveling in a straight line path and it crosses some interface of two media, there is a bending which occurs at the interface, which is due to the refraction, and the reason behind this bending was that the speed of light is different for every wavelength for different medias. So whenever speed of light changes while crossing the interface of the two media, the light bends with some deviation, which we measure from by producing the original incident ray and taking the angle or measuring the angle between the expected ray, which should have gone as it is, and with the refracted ray. Now the major application of refraction is total internal reflection. What is total internal reflection? In layman language, I'll say it is a phenomena which results in sparkling of diamonds, or it results in sparkling effect of water. So those results are basically due to total internal reflection. Now before we know what is total internal reflection, we must know what is the condition we need to satisfy for total internal reflection to occur. Now the first condition for total internal reflection to occur, the first and the only condition is that the light must be flowing from denser to rarer medium. Total internal reflection will always occur at the interface of rarer and denser medium towards the denser medium side. So we will say the light must be flowing from the denser medium to the rarer medium. Yesterday we did, whenever a ray of light is moving from a denser to rarer medium, it should bend away from the normal. Okay, this is my condition, this was my rule. Now second thing is critical angle. Now what is critical angle? We also did partial reflection and partial refraction, that at any interface, whenever some incident ray is incident at the interface, part of this ray is reflected back and the remaining part the major part is refracted through the interface to the different media. Now what happens? Critical angle is some particular angle which the incident ray is making with the normal, and since it is related to TIR, we will say it is making with the normal on the denser medium side such that it is the largest angle possible for refraction to occur. Or in other language, critical angle is the largest angle for which a ray can escape from a denser medium to the rarer medium. If we increase the angle of incidence after critical angle, the complete 100% of the ray will be reflected back and 0% will refract. I'll explain. Suppose this was my interface, this was denser, rarer. We drew the normal n dash n. So this says whenever a ray of light is incident at the interface of two media, the angle it makes with the normal is angle of incidence. Now denser to rarer jate time it should bend away from the normal. The original ray should have gone like this. Since it is the change of media, it will bend away from the normal, so it will go somewhere like this. This angle will be angle of refraction, and we said a part of this ray will also reflect back. But we say, suppose now we keep on increasing the angle of incidence. Now this is the last angle, we say, which is the critical angle at which my ray is actually getting refracted. But in case I increase this angle any further, suppose this is my angle which is greater than, I name this angle as theta, and theta is greater than angle of incidence जो ये वाला था. So I'll say इस केस में no ray will get refracted. In fact 100% of this incident ray will get reflect back. So दूसरे मीडियम में कोई भी ray नहीं आएगी and this complete ray will get reflected back in the same medium following the laws of reflection. So I'll say this phi will also be equal to angle theta, since the law of reflection says angle of reflection, so angle of incidence should always be equal to angle of reflection. So this was the case, and if we increase the angle after critical angle, the complete ray will get reflected back. Clear? So these are my two concepts, which is the condition that it must be flowing from denser to rarer medium, and second is critical angle, which is the maximum angle or the largest angle for which a ray can get refracted. So after doing these two, now we'll come back to application of refraction, which is total internal reflection. The first and the most common example of total internal reflection is the sparkling effect of diamonds. Now what happens? We say that theta c, which is critical angle for diamonds, is very low. That means we'll be left with a very small range of angle of incidence for which my ray of light will get refracted. Otherwise, my ray will keep on getting reflected back inside the denser medium. Now, let us draw the structure of diamond. Let us say it has a hexagonal shape. So what I'll do is I project the beam of light towards this diamond. I'll say like this. The rule says we'll draw the normal. Ray of light is going from rarer to denser. It will bend towards the normal. It will go somewhere over here, traveling through the glass medium. At this point again we'll draw the normal. Now we'll say this I will be greater than theta c, greater than critical angle, which says the complete ray will get reflected inside the denser medium only. So following the law of reflection, we'll draw like this. Again we'll draw the normal. This angle is again greater than theta c. It will again get reflected completely. Here also we'll draw normal. This way, this way, this way, this way, this way. And this results in actually capturing the ray of light inside the diamond only, which ultimately results in the sparkling of diamonds. The only thing which makes a piece of glass a diamond is basically the theta c, critical angle. If its critical angle is very high, it will not be a diamond. It will just be a piece of glass for which the ray will just casually will pass through it following the laws of refraction, and no total internal reflection will occur. Now second application is whenever we are at near a swimming pool during night, what happens is the neighboring lights are actually projecting beams of light into the water, which is a denser medium. So these rays go into the denser medium, which is the water body, and while traveling in that water body, whenever they come across an interface, they undergo total internal reflection, due to which they get trapped inside the water, and we see a sparkling or a shining rays which are traveling inside the water body. So these were the two applications of total internal reflection, which is further the application of refraction process. So this topic was left in a previous video, which we have covered here today. So I hope this topic is clear, this application of refraction and indirectly the application of total internal reflection in our daily life. I hope this topic is clear to you.